Macmillan Audio presents A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. Read for you by Kate Redding and Michael Kramer. For the ones who fight their way forward.
Magic and magician must between them balance. Magic itself is chaos. The magician must be calm. A fractured self is a poor vessel for power, spilling power without focus or measure from every crack. Tyrion Serence, head priest of the London Sanctuary.
1. Thief at Sea. 1. The Arnesian Sea. Delilah Bard had a way of finding trouble. She'd always thought it was better than letting trouble find her. But floating in the ocean in a two-person skiff with no oars, no view of land, and no real resources save the ropes binding her wrists, she was beginning to reconsider. The night was moonless overhead, the sea and sky mirroring the starry darkness to every side. Only the ripple of water beneath the rocking boat marked the difference between up and down. That infinite reflection usually made Lila feel like she was perched at the center of the universe. Tonight, adrift, it made her want to scream. Instead, she squinted at the twinkle of lights in the distance, the reddish hue alone setting the craft's lanterns apart from the starlight, and she watched as the ship, her ship, moved slowly but decidedly away. Panic crawled its way up her throat, but she held her ground. "I am Delilah Bard," she thought as the ropes cut into her skin. "I am a thief and a pirate and a traveler. I have set foot in 3 different worlds and lived. I have shed the blood of royals and held magic in my hands. And a ship full of men cannot do what I can. I don't need any of you. I am one of a damned kind." Feeling suitably empowered, she set her back to the ship and gazed out at the sprawling night ahead. It could be worse, she reasoned, just before she felt cold water licking her boots, and looked down to see that there was a hole in the boat. Not a large hole by any stretch, but the size was little comfort. A small hole could sink a boat just as effectively, if not as fast. Lila groaned and looked down at the coarse rope cinched tight around her hands, doubly grateful that the bastards had left her legs free, even if she was trapped in an abominable dress. A full-skirted, flimsy green contraption with too much gossamer and a waist so tight she could hardly breathe. And why in God's name must women do this to themselves? The water inched higher in the skiff, and Lila forced herself to focus. She drew what little breath her outfit would allow and took stock of her meager, quickly dampening inventory. A single cask of ale, a parting gift, 3 knives, all concealed, 6 flares, bequeathed by the men who'd set her adrift, the aforementioned dress, damn it to hell, and the contents of that dress's skirts and pockets. Necessary, if she was to prevail. Lila took up one of the flares, a device like a firework that, when struck against any surface, produced a stream of colored light. Not a burst, but a steady beam strong enough to cut the darkness like a knife. Each flare was supposed to last a quarter of an hour, and the different colors had their own code on the open water. Yellow for a sinking ship, green for illness aboard.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?